Hello everyone and welcome to Victoria's Cantina. In this video I wanted to talk a little bit about Jurassic World the film, as well as a few odds and ends that I have here with the toy line, a few new things that I've picked up, as well as some follow-ups I want to do on a couple of items. First thing I want to do is talk a little bit about Jurassic World. If you haven't seen the movie yet, don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything for you. I just wanted to let you guys know that I absolutely loved the film. I saw it this past Saturday morning, June 13th with my husband, and I absolutely adored it. As someone who grew up on the original Jurassic Park film, having seen it in the theater with my dad and my brother and my uncle at the age of 8 years old, I was entranced with it. I was totally enamored and taken with it. It really sparked my imagination, and it reaffirmed my love for dinosaurs. Of course, the sequels, The Lost World and then Jurassic Park 3, were okay. I don't think they did a very good job of recapturing the magic of the first film. And the plots and storylines of both films are a little bit questionable. Now, Jurassic World, I'm very pleased with it because not only is it a very good film that stands very well on its own merits, but it's also a most worthy sequel to the original Jurassic Park. And it's also a very beautiful tribute to that film. You can certainly tell that director Colin Trevorrow is a huge fan of Jurassic Park. It really comes through that he has a passion for the franchise and that he wanted to do the original film justice. So kudos to him for doing an excellent job. The cast of the film, of course, Chris Pratt and then Bryce Dallas Howard, excellent actors in their own right. I think they were both phenomenal in the film. The rest of the supporting cast was also quite great. I really loved the film, and I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I actually did cry at the end of the film. Not because it was sad or anything like that, just because I thought it was a very worthy sequel to the original film that I grew up on, and the nostalgia factor and the fact that it did Jurassic Park justice as a very beautiful tribute to it was really heartwarming to me, and I really, really love the film. I'm going to go back and see it again this week, one of these days, because I absolutely loved it. Really, really, really good film. Can't recommend it to you guys enough. I'm really excited about it, and I'm sure you are going to love it. Now, moving on to our toys here. I picked up a couple of odds and ends at Walmart today. I got a new tube. This is the third tube that I have purchased. Don't believe I showed you guys the second tube, but I already got the figures open, so I'm not going to do that. This one has, sorry for the glare, Pachycephalosaurus, Pteranodon, and Dimorphodon, each in color schemes that I didn't already have. So, pretty cool, $4.44. I also got 2 blind bags. I kind of felt, around and tried to find something that I needed. I needed velociraptors. I think this one back here is a velociraptor. I'm not certain. This one, I think it's going to be a carnivore, but I'm not sure. So if you want to get these blind bags, they're about $2, which isn't a really good deal considering you can get the 15-pack for $15. And even the tube, comes out a little bit better at $4.44 for 3 dinos. But, $2. You never know what you're going to get, so I hadn't bought any of these blind bags yet. We got a Pachycephalosaurus, and it's actually the same exact one that comes in my tube. Lame. Oh well, that's the way it goes, you guys. As long as I was right about this one being a raptor, not all will be lost. So, well, nope, I was completely wrong. It's actually a mosasaur. And yes, I did have this mosasaur, so that's basically $4 that didn't go to good use, but I will find a use for these dinosaurs, I am quite sure. I also picked up today this Jurassic World diecast Jeep Wrangler from Target. They're regularly priced $5.99 at Target, and it was on sale for like $5.39 or something like that. Basically just a little diecast car, pretty cool looking. It's the same one that we saw in the first Jurassic Park movie, and it looks to be pretty nicely detailed, and it's a little bit hefty as well, and there's 4 other ones in this series. It looks like some of the other ones are from Jurassic World, and they make larger scale radio control versions as well. So I don't know if I'm going to get any of the other ones, but I at least wanted to get this one since it's from Jurassic Park and quite cool looking. Alright, you guys, the other thing I wanted to bring to your attention is, if you remember quite recently, I did a review on the new Jurassic World Dilophosaurus from the Growler assortment. And if you might recall, it was missing the little green missile. I bought it from Hasbro Toy Shop for $14.99, and the missile was missing. So I emailed them, and they were very gracious enough to send me a whole new dinosaur with the missile. So now I have, right now, 2 Dilophosauruses. But yeah, that was really cool of them. So, I have the missile. This is the original one here. And I put the missile in there. So to show you how it works, and I know I demonstrated it with a similar missile, but here I can do it for you completely properly with the right one. Pull the tail down. And that's what it does. The missile itself is just like this green thing. It's not really anything spectacular, but I guess it looks close enough to slime. Though, it really should be black if they want to match the original Jurassic Park film. And the last thing here is the chomping Tyrannosaurus Rex that I reviewed for you guys not too long ago. Unfortunately, it has become very, very hard to stand. In fact, it's kind of leaning a little bit to its left right now. It's really the only way I can get it to stand. What's happened is with the feet, if you look at them, you can see that they've kind of, grown like inward towards each other. They've warped, and both the left foot and the right foot are kind of angled in at each other like this. So, it's just not wanting to stand now because of that. I've tried moving the legs around, this way and that way. The only way that I can get it, like I showed you, is to kind of, just lean it over to its left and, just kind of pray that it doesn't fall over. And it doesn't always work, so, yeah. If any of you guys have the chomping T-Rex and you've had this issue with the legs, kind of warping and it not being able to stand anymore, please let me know. I'm very curious to know if you have had that issue. All right, you guys, and I just wanted to give you a quick update here on my Hasbro Jurassic World dinosaur collection. I've reviewed all of these guys here for you already, and for the most part, I'm quite pleased with Hasbro's toy lineup. It's not anywhere near as fantastic as the original Jurassic Park dinosaur toys, which we looked at last week, but on the whole, I think it's a pretty fun toy line, and, this is where we are at so far. Out of everything here, I think probably my favorite piece is certainly this Indominus Rex right here that came with the gyrosphere that you see back there, and then the little dude. Certainly the most fun toy that I've picked up from this line. And I also really like the chomping T-Rex, though, it's having issues standing right now. Bashers and biters, pretty fun assortment of inexpensive, or relatively inexpensive dinos. I think the Ankylosaurus and the Pachycephalosaurus back here are the 2 best in that assortment. Of course, we see that our chomping T-Rex also has a sibling now. And then a big Indominus T-Rex bad boy is pretty cool. I still think that the smaller one is more fun. And then the Growlers assortment, of course. We got some of those there. All in all, pretty fun toy line. And then we have, of course, the Target exclusive Raptor Squad up here. I don't really recommend those a whole lot, especially considering that the electronic versions are going to be coming out. We already have the electronic Velociraptor Blue, and then the other 3 are going to be getting electronic versions too that are probably going to be nicer than these. I do really like Delta right here. She's my favorite of the Raptor Squad from this specific toy set. And
Charlie.
Here, the green one is also really quite nice. So, all right, you guys stay tuned because we do have the new Mosasaurus, which just hit Hasbro Toy Shop. They are shipping now. Mine should be coming in hopefully later this week. But as I promised you, we are going to be taking a look at some of the new 3 3/4 inch Star Wars Black series. So stay tuned for that. And as always, I want to thank you for watching Victoria's Cantina. Go see Jurassic World. It is excellent. And as always, I appreciate your viewership. And thanks for liking, subscribing, and commenting on the videos. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.